Hey everybody, it's David Simon here at Sullivan Simon, flying solo today. Matt's out of town, but don't worry, I got good stuff for you. I wanted to talk about a proposed bill in the Connecticut State Senate. I know it's a bit far afield from Sullivan Simon's base, but Connecticut Senate Bill number 1071 is going to be voted on soon. And the bill would prohibit the police from using deceptive or coercive tactics when they're interrogating a suspect. And the legislation kind of splits that into two parts. The first part deals broadly with any suspect, mainly an adult suspect, and prohibits deceptive or coercive tactics like withholding medication, withholding food, withholding bathroom breaks, other things that are deemed coercive. The second part of it is a little bit more controversial. It deals with juveniles, and specifically, it would require that the police refrain from lying or misleading juvenile suspects during an interrogation. And as most practitioners know, in an interrogation, police officers are allowed to lie. They can say your co-defendant confessed when in fact the co-defendant didn't confess, or we have your DNA at the scene when in fact they don't have your DNA at the scene. This would prohibit that. This would mean that the police cannot knowingly make a false statement to a juvenile suspect during an interrogation in order to gain a confession. It's a really interesting bill, but even if the law in your jurisdiction does not already reflect this kind of law, perhaps it should. Perhaps your local state constitution should protect an individual's rights akin to this Connecticut Senate bill. I'm always a really big fan of looking to other jurisdictions and seeing what little nuggets of information I can glean so that I can slip it into my own work. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Maybe you push this and see if you can argue to the trial court either at the state level that your state constitution should embody this kind of protection, or if you're in federal court suggesting that the United States Constitution should provide this kind of protection. I hope this is interesting. I'll put some links in the newsletter so that you can check out the bill. It's very short, it's quite well written, it's very succinct, and also some news articles about some of the kind of pros, cons, counterpoint as to how people feel about this bill. As always, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to call or email us, or just hit the link right below me in the newsletter and schedule a time to chat with us. We'd love to talk. All right, next week, Matt will be back, thank goodness.